Hi, this is Ted from Crokinole Canada, and today I'm going to give you a quick tour of all our boards so you can decide which board would suit you best for fun at home or display or playing in tournaments. So enjoy this video. So you can see our first boards. Basically these are like works of art. They are made of imported and domestic veneers, and they're tournament size. The surface is not super fast on them, so they are not tournament level in the terms of speed, but they are perfectly good, fast enough playing boards for having fun with friends and family at home and displaying them as art pieces on your wall. So you can see each one is one of a kind, made here in Canada, in London, Ontario. And they are just beautiful designs that are hand inlaid, and then some of the lines are laser engraved. So if you go closer here, you can see there's a laser engraving there for the lines. They have bouncy pegs, and yeah, they make beautiful wall display. And we do sell brackets on crokinole.com, so you can have them in your order, or just order the upgrade kit that comes with the carrying case and all the disc colors you'll want. So those are from crokinoleboards.com. And then moving down to our next high-level boards. These are tournament spec. They are fast, and they would be tournament level speed. So they are really nice maple, high quality, like a maple MDF veneer. And then you can see the natural maple MDF in the ditch as well. And on the back of these, there is a French cleat for hanging it on the wall. So these boards are perfect display boards. They have incredible finishes and just incredible natural wood look with the finish and the stain applied to the back as well. So the stain you see on the plain surface is also covering the entire back. So you can see that right there. It's covering the entire back. These are UV printed lines, really professionally finished, and the bouncy pegs as well. So these are tournament level boards. They're really, really nice. The highest end boards. I would say some of the highest end boards on the market. You can just see the quality of the finish there. It's just, the surfaces are beautiful, really smooth. And then I'm going to move up to the fastest tournament level boards. These are the Tracy boards. So they're the fastest finish. So they are bouncy pegs, 26 inches across, tournament level, and they're played at tournaments, made for players by players. So you can get red, black, or gray rock. So nice boards, screen printed lines, and the ditch is a little bumpy, a little rough. So the materials used in the ditch are not as high quality as what you get on one of these boards. Okay, the stain is a little nicer on these boards, and just overall like more stain applied. But these boards are the fastest. So if you want to play at a tournament, those are your boards to get. Along with this one, this would also qualify for tournaments. It's very fast. It's not quite as fast as the Tracy, but it's marginal, so it could still be successfully played at a tournament. And it's got a nice stain in the ditch, the burgundy stain ditch. And it's smooth, and it also has point numbers on it. So for beginners, those point numbers are really useful. So there you have Royal Red, Tracy Red, Tracy Black, Tracy Grey Rock, and then you have the Grey Maple, the Red Maple, and I believe this is called the Maple Marvel. All great. This color really pops on this one. So now I'm going to go over to the Crokinole Canada board. So this is a really nice board. It has a very smooth surface, really good finish, bouncy pegs, point numbers, checkerboard on the back, and UV printed lines. And it also has fully painted back, and it's just really smooth. It's not quite as smooth as the Tracy board, but it's really still fast, and it is tournament level. So it's really well crafted, this board, at this point in time. We may do some changes to make it more efficient, but right now the ones we're selling, they have the beveled edge there, smooth edge for your wrist, and also beneath it is also beveled as well. And like I said, a really smooth MDF painted ditch. So the discs are going to slide well. They will on the Tracy as well, and on the Crokinole Canada board, the other boards as well. But this is just a really well crafted board. So it's called the Crokinole Canada board. Good quality materials all the way throughout. So you can get that at crokinole.com. Okay, so let's move on to some of our just the different boards that we sell. This one here is a Muzzy's board. So Muzzy's boards are great boards. They have hand-drawn lines. They have natural wood in the ditch and the surface, natural wood MDF. And they also have nice rails as well. So you can see that, it's a nice rail. And they have a French cleat on the back as well. So that is nice to have that French cleat. And it ships with a little piece of wood that you mount to the wall, and you can hang up the board. So we sell the World Champion, that's a Muzzy's board, and some other boards that I think the Victor's Crown. And really nice boards. And they're fast, and they have good quality materials all the way through. So moving on to our Octagon boards. So we sell a lot of these. This board is in the pretty much like the third iteration at least, and it is pretty cool. It has a checkerboard on the back, and it also has point numbers on the surface or no point numbers, so you can pick either one. It has an MDF maple surface. It's very smooth now. It used to be plywood, but it's getting smoother, so it's a really good level, like introductory, almost tournament level board. Its surface is 25.5 inches, so it's slightly smaller than a tournament board, which is 26-inch plain surface. But that makes hardly any difference. It's really close. It's in the middle of the road board. It has cherry rails, burgundy stained ditch, and brass pegs with latex covering. So the bouncy pegs bounce that disc into the middle, determining on the angle you choose. So it's a really, really good board, and not screen printed, UV printed, light printed lines. So they're not going to wear off. And like I said, it's finished good, and it's nearing tournament level. So a good middle of the road board for a good price. That's called the Baltic Bircher. And then we have a really nicely finished smaller Octagon board, professionally finished. It's really glassy smooth. So this is one of the best surfaces of our Octagon boards, and it's smaller. So that is a factor. Bigger is usually nicer in Crokinole for more space for everybody. But it's a nice looking board. The walnut comes in different shades and tones. So it could be a little different than the picture, but generally you'll have that dark surface, walnut, black walnut. So walnut rails and a checkerboard on the back of this one. And point numbers and UV printed lines, bouncy pegs. And it's just a nice natural ditch as well. Natural wood look all the way throughout. Nice wedding gift type board. All our sets come with pieces, powder, rules, and within the rules booklet there's tournament scorecards and regular scorecards. Okay, now moving on to more traditional Mennonite made style, I should say, not Mennonite made, but style boards with a really thick back. So you can see the quality construction on this is really thick and really good quality. You can see the lines are nice. They're either screen printed or something. They're good. They're not hand drawn, and so they're nice. And cherry rails on that one. Cherry surface. The finish is okay. It's good. Like it will play nice and for fun for family and friends. Nobody will know the difference. But when you compare it to a tournament board, yeah, it's slower. But it's certainly a good family board. And that's all you really need to have fun with Crokinole if you're a family wanting to play at Christmas time, is a traditional board like this, and it won't cost you an arm and a leg. So that's why people get these boards, because they play just great and they're tons of fun. And they look great too. They're very unique. So this is the walnut version of that, thick pine base. This is, I believe, pine. And yeah, it looks good. And there's no checkerboard on the back of these two. So this is Cherry Hill Blossom on the right and a walnut board on the left. Yeah, I'm not sure exactly what that's called, but you'll see it on the website. Maybe it is called the Walnut Wonder and I got it mixed up the names, but you can see it and you'll figure it out which one it is. Then here's a board that we sell a lot of. This is called the Deluxe board. It's got walnut rails and it's got a really nice surface in MDF. And now this surface is not very tall. That's one thing I should mention, is that tournament boards have a nice tall half-inch surface, so the pucks drop really well. But for home play, all you need is that smaller 1/4 inch plain surface. And it has point numbers on it, bouncy pegs, checkerboard on the back, and again that walnut rail really makes a nice trim. Looks good, and it varies the shade and the tone of the surface depending on which one you get. But a very nice board, comes with all the pieces, rules, scorecards, everything, etc., etc., and a good price point too. So we do sell a lot of these based on the price point and based on the reviews, I'm sure, because people like it. So that's called the Deluxe board. We also have a seconds website where you can shop for boards with slight blemishes. All our boards, we sometimes get ones with slight blemishes. And so it's called crokinole.shop. And you can find really good deals on that site for Crokinole boards. And they're marked down because there's slight blemishes, and we cannot send boards out that are advertised as new having any blemishes. So that's why we created that site for new boards that have little blemishes that people will be aware of and get a discount for. So that's crokinole.shop, or called Crokinole Seconds. And we're nearing the end of the tour. This is our smallest board for kids, these two. They look really good because they're made out of kitchen cabinet materials, melamine of all things. So we can choose the stain and like the style of, not the stain, but the style of melamine that we get. So it has a natural wood look, and yeah, they are the smallest. So just a heads up, if you already know about Crokinole, this probably isn't your board if you're an adult and you played on a large, like even a retail size board, because this is smaller. This is kind of like Crokinole miniature for kids, and these are perfect for kids. Like the size is ideal, and it's still a challenge. And I'm sure even adults could play on it if they'd never been exposed to Crokinole, and they would have a lot of fun anyways. So they still work. And it's really about the price point too. Like the price on this is much lower, and because it's made of melamine. But melamine is water resistant and fire retardant, and it's fast, and the lines are even engraved with a CNC. So it's not a bad board. It's better than what you'll get at the major big box retailers, because those boards there, oftentimes those middle pegs are not anchored well enough. They're just glued in, whereas these are like inset into the board, and they're really well anchored. So getting a board from us is Canada made quality. All our boards made in Canada, and you're gonna appreciate that once you know and see the problems that other boards can have. And so I just recommend going for a decent board like the Deluxe board or the Gold Standard. And I don't have the gold standard in this video, I apologize, but please check out the gold standard if you want a decent price point. It's like the deluxe here, except without walnut rails. So it cuts down on the price point because the walnut costs a bit. So if you get a gold standard, it's a cheaper board, but it's still well made construction, natural wood, birch, I believe base, ash, rails, and a maple plain surface, I believe, or a mix of those. And the only difference between the gold standard and this one is a little bit better because the posts in the middle are steel screws with latex, whereas the gold standard has hard plastic posts, which are well anchored and they still work well. So if it doesn't make a difference to you about the middle posts, you can get a gold standard and get an even better price if that's how you're shopping. Anyways, that's pretty much the overview. We sell cues as well. We sell sliding powder. We sell wax. That wax is spray wax and it works for tournament boards. We sell all kinds of discs. We have 12 colors of discs. Those are walnut discs there. We have 12 colors on our site, or 13 even now. And we sell some other games too. But primarily we sell Crokinole stuff. Lazy Susan, point trackers, and wall hangers. So that is an overview of the Crokinole Canada inventory, and we are usually well stocked. We can get it out to you quickly. Within Ontario it's like 2 business days shipping, and to the States usually 3 to 5 business days. And so we do recommend that you check us out on our website, crokinole.com or crokinoleboards.com or crokinole.shop, and you can see all our offerings. Thanks for watching. I'm Ted Fuller, the happy founder of Crokinole Canada. God bless you.